Welcome you all to the Corporate Strategy Module 3 on the component key internal forces. In the previous sessions, I had spoken about internal assessment of the organization. So, there we had a glimpse of key internal forces also, how it can make the performance of the company or the organization better off by taking the competitive advantage and being in order to sustain the market competitiveness. So, today we will be discussing about internal forces and some of the components of internal forces. Yes, key internal forces of corporate strategy are the internal elements within an organization that significantly influence its strategic directions and performance. Understanding these forces helps in formulating and implementing effective strategies. So, as an individual or the organization need to understand the key internal forces of the organization. So, this is again taken out from the internet and various sources for the understanding and betterment of the students to have a knowledge about it. These are the different areas of key internal forces or the main internal forces you can see: resource capabilities, core competency, leadership, organization structure, company culture, financial position, efficiency, innovations, research and development, technology, infrastructure, product, partnership and alliances. Talk about employee skills, knowledge, nothing but competencies, HR competency, corporate governance, customer relationship and internal communications. There is a vast areas of key internal forces. In internal assessments, I have already spoken of many of these components, but in detail we will be seeing about these components in today's session, which can be categorized under 5 different areas. So, this is we talk about is the organizational culture, organization structure, human resource, leadership, technology and infrastructure. So, the internal forces that organization need to assess include: first is organization culture, the values, beliefs, norms, behaviors, influence. Organization culture, delegation of authority and responsibility, communication channels, how work is coordinated and controlled within the organization. Human resources, the competency, skill, capability and motivation of the employees, as well as the recruitment process, selection, the recruitment channels used, selection process, the training, soft skills, hard skills for the employee and the development practices, career development for the employee. Leadership, in the previous slide I told what are the different types of leadership. 3 major types I had spoken to in the previous slide. Technology and infrastructure, the tool system that support your enhancing the productivity of your operations. The first we will be talking about the organization culture and some of the importance of organization culture. This has been taken from the textbook and internet sources. So, basically here for the study purpose and for the educational purpose. So, organizational culture to the collective values, beliefs, norms and behaviors that define the unique environment and personality of an organization. It encompasses shared attitude, assumptions that guide employee interactions, carrying out the day-to-day operations, which is often deeply ingrained influence how individuals perceive their roles, interact with one another, coordination. Maybe in an organization individually a person may be excelling, but for the company to excel, team coordination is very, very essential. The 5 M's, there should be a proper coordination, understanding, communication and on time meeting the challenges. If this 5 M's doesn't, marketing, human resources, finance, production, management, if they don't come together, the company may not be in a position to attain its strategic objectives. So, to overall mission and objective of the organization. So, organization culture, you talk about employee interaction, timely delivery of instructions, following the rules and regulations, valuing the importance, we interact and collaborate. When you call a call center, customer relation, just observe how irritated a customer is. When he talks to an employee of customer service department, he or she will answer to the queries politely. They don't get angry. They don't get irritated because that's how they are. Executives have been trained up to be polite, patiently listen to the problems of the customer and try to give a solution to the problems. So that's where employee interaction, it can make or mark a company. If one, they say customer is a king, but at the same time, a company also will know what are the limitations a customer will have or the services to be offered. The cost, depending on the value, what is the product they have brought, and prioritizing, interact in the interaction, what are the queries of the customers, how it could be sorted out, if not what has to be done, escalation of the call, sometimes in call center happens. So that makes the customer feel, hearing to the customer's query itself makes the customer feel better off. Solution is the next part you would give it across. So, we talk about collaborations. A strong organization culture encourages collaborative knowledge sharing. Today, as an institute or as a university, we are having MOU with other institutes, other organizations, other setups. Why? Because exchange of information, industry institute interaction. As academic faculty, if I don't interact with the institute or industry, I wonder what is happening, what is the current industry expectations. Just by reading the textbook or knowing what is there in the book, I may not be in a position to deliver the content better off unless until I interact with the industry people. When I know what it is, what is the expectation of the industry, what is that they are looking in for. As an MBA professionals, what is the qualities they look? You need to mold it. What is the current technology or what is the current language programming the industry looks in, so that the students can be geared up or good students can be trained in that area so that they become employed in an organization. That's where collaborative industry, institute to institute collaboration. Maybe in your institute you have something, research facility, in some other industry institute they may have a human resources. Exchange of this human resources in R&D, working together, you can have a synergetic effect. So that's what productivity. Organization culture influences employee motivation, engagement and satisfaction, which directly impacts on productivity. Retention. Having an employee serving an organization for the long run who is adaptable or who enhances himself with the engages or who gets himself updated with the latest trends is much better than hiring a new employee and training him. It may take lots of time. So, culture key in attracting and retaining a top talented employee. Values, supportive one who can work in an inclusive environment. So, organization culture varies from industry, leadership style, and some of the examples are innovative culture. Employee engage employees to think outside the box, explore new ideas, embrace change, collaborative culture, emphasize teamwork, cooperation. So they say brainstorming session, when there is a problem arise, when there is a challenge arise, brainstorming session, innovations, making a list of the points, what are the things, reverse brainstorming. These are the ways how they can come out with the solution for a problem. So where employees work together across departments and hierarchies to achieve common goals. Hierarchical structure, clear lines of authority, formal decision making process. So, they can have a emphasis on structure, discipline and accountability. Next we talk about is the organization structure, formal framework, delegation of authority and responsibility, roles, individual roles, what has to do, duplicacy of the work is not there, so that the smooth conduction of the activities happens in an organization, and communication channels within the organization divided. You will have organized, which talk about matrix format, vertical hierarchical structure, flat horizontal hierarchy structure you could see, or a staff, line and staff coordination, matrix format, project work wise structure you can have, where the two group of the people can come in together for one particular project from departments can work, and later once the project is completed they can go back to their respective departments. So, in this way you will have a coordination and you will have a control to achieve the objective, organizational objectives. Decision making process, how the flow of information, enabling effective coordination, alignment of the efforts across the organization. So, importance is we talk about coordination of work, how tasks and responsibilities are distributed among employees and departments, clear culmination, collaborative, concern for others, concern for the self, minimizing duplication of efforts, maximizing efficiency, accountability. And a particular person is given a task, he or she becomes accountable instead of holding somebody responsible. So, in this way, any supervision becomes easy, overseeing the seat of activities becomes easy. So, if you see in an organization, there will be a group of the people, you will have a team leaders. For the group of team leaders, you will have a project leader, so that there is no hindrance, there is no duplication of authority. There is a hierarchy which makes the work smoothly flow down. So, that is where you see. So, ensure alignment, joint decision making process, speed and effectiveness of decision making may centralize at the top in the hierarchy and can be decentralized at the lower levels. Yes, shop floor people know if any problem arises, what has to be done. A mechanic knows better of which screw fits or what is the problem with the machinery compared to the person who is sitting in a AC room. So, that is where we talk about decentralization to the lower level, where each one is given the responsibility, each one is given some flexibility in taking up certain decisions. So, authority may think that is what, where the structure also determines extent to employee involvement. Once the employee becomes himself or herself answerable, whole and soul responsible for that activity, then automatically they will be in a position to find out solutions to any challenges they arise in their respective areas. So, adaptability and flexibility, yes, organization structure impacts the organization to adapt to the changes, external environment. There can be a political change, legal aspects, there can be an economical change. All of a sudden the price of the products can vary, increase. That does not mean that the market value of a product will also increase all of a sudden, no. Some fixed MRP we have. So, in order to whether there is a fluctuation in the resources, but still the price of the product remains the same. So, how do you? So, I try to maximize, that is where resource allocation comes in, where it has to be put in so that the returns is much better off. So, you can talk about rapid decision makings, innovations, responsive to the market dynamics. So, examples like you have, as I told you in your unit 1, model 1 strategic levels of strategic levels. We talk about business level, corporate level and functional level. So, that is where I was talking about your functional structure. Posters where it talks a group of people based on the specialized function or areas of expertise. Matrix where one particular you have combines functional and project based reporting relationship. Collaborative, innovative. Flat is horizontal, decision making authority is decentralized to frontline employees. So, the structure promotes employee empowerment, autonomy and quick decision making, which may result in unclear roles and responsibilities, and can overcome the whatever the challenges and have a better control and coordination in the organization. The next component is about human resources, men, employees, your stakeholders. You need to understand as a company. Refer to the collective skills, capability, competency, motivation. A skilled employee without an inspiration and motivation can be a dead investment in an organization. Each day is self-motive. Why you are doing the job? For whom? Yes, salary is being paid. A motivated employee performance is much better than a person who works for just for the salary, 9 to 5 job. Commitment, dedication, talks. So you need to get that as an organization. You need to see in these areas where the employee gets motivated. Regular annual performance appraisal. So the employee is no more in the same place. He has been given additional responsibility. With responsibility comes commitment. So that could be seen. So human resources, knowledge, experience, talent and potential of the employees that contribute for the organization's success and achievement. Human resources involve strategic planning from hiring of the employee, from selecting of the job applicants, application form, recruitment process in the campus or off the campus, candidates, whatever or how it has been organized, walk-in interviews, selection, what is the method, whether you have a written test, aptitude test or you have a physical, personal interview, training, skilled or training on the job, off the job training, development, what is a career path an employee can see in a long run, retention of the employee, how an employee, talented employee can be retained in, because they are competitive companies. Today the employee may be in your organization, tomorrow you may be given a better offer in the some other competitive company. So company has to think about how to retain the employees. That's where human resources, to ensure that organization has right talent and capabilities to meet the present and future needs. So some of the importance, we spoke about training and development of the employee, continuous learning, development, foster employee engagement, performance management, where appraisal and feedback mechanism provide employees with clear expectation, goals. Where are you now? Where the employee, when he joined as maybe a particular staff, he may not remain after 10 years down the line. The employee should have been, a lower level employee should come at least in the first line managers or in the middle level management, because over the experience, he or she gets escalated in their job profile. So with the escalation comes the add-on responsibility, involvement, commitment, everything gets automatically raised. So employee engagement and motivation, human resources aimed to promote employee satisfaction, also will contribute to the higher level of motivation. So this is about the importance of human resources, very crucial in driving organization performance and effectiveness, selection, recruitment and selection to the employee engagement and motivations. Some of the examples are talent retention strategies, retain top talent and reduce employee turnover, benefit packages, fringe benefits. Based on the positions, employee have been given some fringe benefits, certain other career development opportunities. Yes, we in the online MBA program itself, I have seen a couple of the students who are working professionals working for the organization up to 18 years, 20 years. They are in a key managerial positions, but still the company has sponsored them to take up an online MBA course. Won't the employee be motivated? Won't the employee think about staying in the long run in that organization when his or her career growth is much, much better off? So that's what it says. Skill development programs where leaderships, where enhancing employees, presenting a paper in a conference or in attending a workshop, enhancing your skills. We attend workshop is not just for to sharpen the skills. For example, a knife, it keeps on cutting, it becomes blunt, it may not cut properly. So once in a while the sharpening of the knife is also required. Similarly for the employee to sharpen his skills, now and then the conferences, workshops, seminars, on-the-job training and mentoring programs is essential, which sharpens his skills. So these programs develop the employee to acquire not only new skills, but also update on the latest industry trends. Performance management system, where establish clear performance expectations, goals and metrics for the employee, provide regular feedback, coaching and recognition for achievement. This system helps align individual performance with organization. I told, individually you may be better off, but if you are not able to work in a team and in line with the organization objective, then the company may not, you are not, as an employee, you are not benefiting for the company. So, employee performance in line with the organization goals, and as a team member, if you could contribute better off, then automatically he can excel, or he or she can excel in an organization. That's what the company has to focus about. So, culture of continuous improvement and accountability. Leadership quality, as the leader, as the follower, they say. If a leader leaves an organization, entire team of his group leaves the organization. Out of experience, I am telling this. So, leadership encompasses the ability on individuals, influence or group within the organization to effectively influence, guide or inspire others towards the achievement of common goals and objectives. Effective leadership involves a clear direction, motivation and empowering employees, making strategic decisions, fostering a culture of innovations and collaborations within the organization. They are the role models. Leader can be born, leader can be made by the circumstances and situations over a period of time. So, visionary catalyst for change, driving organize and also organization success, ensuring long-term sustainability. So, these are the importance of leadership, plays a vital role in shaping the organization culture. Beliefs, norms, define the guiding principles, employee engagement, inspire and motivate employees to fully engage in their work, leading to higher levels of performance, creativity. As a leader, he or she should be in a position to identify what are their individual skills in the employees. As a management, you should know who is fit for which job. And not one person is sitting in one particular job for a longer time. We talk about job rotation. So, that individual is multi-skilled. In case of absence of any one employee, the other person can pitch in and take up the job without disturbing the entire process. So, employees are the assets of the company. Qualified, talented, skilled employees are an asset. So much need to be taken count into. Strategic vision. Leaders are responsible for setting a compelling vision and strategic direction for the organization, aligning goals and priorities, mobilizing resources to achieve objectives. So, effective leaders involves informed decisions. So, one need to take care. So, this word position are the future success of sustainability. So, in leaders, as I told you in the previous starting of the class itself, you can have transformational leadership. They can lead by example, cultivate trust and collaboration, continuous learning and improvement, democratic, involve employees in decision making, participative type of management, collaborative, leading to higher levels of engagement of employees and ownership, autocratic. Sometimes you will have to make decision independently without seeking input from others to maintain tight control over the decision making process to reduce, and also this can lead to a reduced employee productivity, but irrespective of it, if overused or misused. Authoritative is required, but too much use of authority, somebody may feel that your employee is too much monitored, too much bossism, which may make a person to not give a good performance. So, you should know how to use the blend of these leadership qualities. The thing we talk about is the last, technology and infrastructure. So, technology and infrastructure are the key tools for any organization, support, process, systems involved in an organization has got a prominent role. So, within it includes not only the carry out the process, but also enables various business operations within an organization. So, it includes both hardware and software. Physical availability of tangible resources. You cannot have an updated software in a PC1. We are in the generation of PC4, PC5, Pentium, or your desktop. So, accordingly the infrastructure facilities, hardware facility should be in a position so that you can meet the upgraded software. Today we talk about all e-system. Everything is done online. Instead of physically having a document, filing, getting it physically, take a printout signature. Today in e-office, organizations work on e-office, where a mail is sent, processed, and approval gets in written mail. Sitting over in some part of the country, part of the world, approval for certain things happen through e-office. That's because of technological developments. Include both hardware and software, and also implementing and operations is a very crucial, critical role in facilitating communication, collaboration, and also it helps in decision making in an organization. So, technology infrastructure helps in enhanced productivity. So, by leveraging technology, organization can accomplish with fewer resources, reduce manual errors, minimize time spent on repetitive tasks, duplicacy of the work, delegation of the work, target when it is very clear, duplicacy does not happen. In the previous slides we spoke about HR, we spoke about the organization culture. Yes, innovation, technology serves as a catalyst for innovation by providing tools and platforms for experimentation, creativity, problem solving skills, heuristics. So, basically advanced technology such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT enables the organization to come out with new products, services and business models. Earlier in a restaurant, waiter or a person, individual, man was seen, but today robots. Today they have brought us technology in such a way that cooking is no more a hectic job. Machines are there, just press a menu, put the required ingredients, whatever your menu, based on that your available food is available. Machines are being, men has been replaced by machines. But at the same time, the brain of what man thinks cannot be replaced by machines. So, unless until that has got, so individualistic thinking is what uniqueness, the unique product and service to develop. For example, you have a walking stick. Well, it was used like a, what is it, a U shaped, so that you could hold. Today walking stick is no more just a walking stick, it is used, become a multiple purpose. It has been easy foldable, it is seen as a camera usage, it is seen for some other activities. A pen is no more just a pen to write, it has got a recorder, it has got a camera, technology, advancements. So, people think you have multiple colors. So, that is what competitiveness in today's digital world, technology and infrastructure are essential for maintaining competitiveness and relevance in the market. Mobile applications can respond quickly to market trends. Earlier phone was there only for receive incoming call and outgoing call was made, send or receive text. Today the telephone or TV is replaced by cell phones. Today your laptops are getting replaced by cell phones. Everything you can work on your mobile. That's how fast the technology is. So, adapting to the changing business environment, seize new opportunities for growth and expansion. We talk about cloud computing, organization to access computing resources such as storage, processing power, software applications over the internet, pay as you go basis, IT rapidly without the need for investment in hardware, without having hardware. Today, on a mobile, everything we save on Google. You can pay a rental. If maybe your mobile crashes also, you can store back your data from Google storage. It's available. So, that's what the companies are doing about. Automation, manual intervention, for example, Toyota cars. Physically, painting of the car is no more done. Everything is automated. The car just comes, there is a spray machines, robotics, which frees the car without any mistakes or any sort of a variation in that. So you could see that use of technology to perform repetitive tasks, workflows, minimum human intervention. So robotic process automation, intelligence automation by artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithms, medical field, robotics are conducting in operations. They have been programmed in such a way that where when a human does, there can be a shaking of the hand, something can happen, but robot, it has been programmed in such a way that they can conduct a surgery. So that's how the advancement. So data analytics thing. Today if we go to medical field, there are equipments, expensive equipments which can scan through your body, detectors. There are lots of things, what is happening to know in internal. Surgeries are no more, you are cutting the body. There are certain, you can insert a camera wire sort of the thing which goes and sees wherever the internal part. Cleaning or removal can be done with the help of your upgraded technological equipments instead of physically cutting open the person. That is not there because of the technological advancement. So organization can leverage data to analyze consumer behavior, the trends. For example, on a mobile, you have just seen about an ad on a watch. You just searched about a watch. How many watch ads don't you get it on your cell phone? Your mobile is listening to you. When you talk, automatically, when you search something, automatically the relevant advertisements, relevant SMS, relevant pictures of that particular what you were looking comes on the cell phone because of your MIS, management information system, of your data. When we download some application, we give access. Automatically your data is stored and similar ads have been sent across to you. So that's a technology thing. So trends for the forecast demand, to know what is that customer is looking for, what is that his budget. Based on that, advertisements, SMS, pictures are shown to the customer based on his budget, based on his range. Make data-driven decisions to drive business growth and performance. So these are the important things about some of the key components we spoke on key internal forces. So these were the 5 key internal forces. What we spoke was organization culture, organization structure, human resources, leadership, technology and infrastructure. In that, these are all the other components which part of this 5 key internal forces, with few of the examples for you all. So overall you can see importance of internal forces in strategic management. Like your internal assessment, key internal forces also helps in strategic alignment. Aligning your organizational capabilities with strategic objectives, ensuring that resources are allocated to initiatives that support long-term goals, have competitive advantage, leveraging internal strengths and addressing weakness, enable organization to differentiate themselves from competitors and sustain competitive advantage. Risk management, identifying internal weakness and threats allows organization to proactively mitigate risk and build resilience against external challenges. Improvement, performance improvement, optimizing internal process, capabilities and resources, operational efficiency, productivity and overall performance. So these are the importance of key internal process in strategic management. Overall, to summarize that, key internal forces in strategic management provide the foundation for effective decision making, resource allocation, organizational development with the proper structure, with the whatever your organization and culture, structure and culture has been in place. By comprehensively assessing and leveraging of the internal forces, organization can enhance their strategic agility, responsiveness to market dynamics and ability to attain and sustain growth and competitive advantage in the industry, whichever sector let it be, automobile, electronics or education or service oriented. If they are if the organizations are in a position to identify their key internal forces and tune according to the market requirement, take a competitive advantage, to be competitive advantage over its competitors, then automatically in the long run the organization will have the ability to achieve sustainable growth and competitive advantage in their industry. This was all about key internal forces. We'll come back shortly.